Hi everybody at home, this is Julie from the Santa Lucia Conservancy Education Program. Since school groups haven't been able to come see us this spring, we decided we wanted to bring some nature to you. And we're going to learn today about camouflage. And I know that probably all of you know that word. You might even have some camouflage clothing. But we're going to read a book called How to Hide a Butterfly and Other Insects. It's written by Ruth Heller. And I'm going to read you the words, and you're going to have a job to do. You're going to look very closely at the pictures and see if you can find the hidden creature. So, let's start our story. The butterfly that you see here just folds its wings to disappear. This is our first one. Let's look very carefully. Can you find the butterfly camouflaging with the leaves? Okay, I hope you did. We're going to move on. This moth will do a different thing. It covers up each underwing, so all that anyone can see is the bark upon a tree. Look, look. Do you see little antenna? Look at the whole picture. The inchworm's feet are at both ends. To move, it stretches and it bends. Then it performs a magic trick and imitates a twig or stick. Can you find the inchworm? I have to tell you that I do not know where the inchworm is in this picture. So if you find it, you are doing better than me. It is very, very camouflaged. The praying mantis likes to make a sound just like a hissing snake and spread its wings to scare a foe. It somehow always seems to know it won't be seen when dining where the leaves are green. Oh my goodness, can you find the praying mantis hidden in the green and yellow leaves? Did you find it? Grasshoppers leap sometimes 3 feet, and what you thought that you just saw now looks more like a bit of straw, dried grass like we would find in the fall. Do you find the grasshopper? Is it hidden in the dried straw? This fly you see looks like a bee and thereby fools its enemy. But here's a clue I'll tell to you. Flies only have 1 pair of wings, while bees, you see, have 2. They're not hiding in the flowers, but the bees are hiding as if they are bees so that predators won't bother them because they won't want to be stung. Bee flies. Spiders are not insects, as I'm sure you know, but this spider is a hider, and she's very, very slow to change herself to yellow and then to pink or white, depending on the flower that she decides is right, where she can wait to catch her prey and still be out of sight. Oh my gosh. And after I finish the story, I'm going to show you some pictures, including one of these spiders. And you might not be able to see the spider in the flower. It is so well camouflaged. That's the end. Now stay with me because I'm going to show you a few pictures, and every one of them is either an example of camouflage or an example of not being camouflaged. So you're going to have to do a little bit of work now to find as many of the hidden creatures as possible. Is a ladybug camouflaged? I don't think so. Everything in nature is for a reason. So why is it that ladybugs are red with black spots? Is it a warning of some kind? Ladybugs are red to warn a predator that they taste bad. So they get to show off their bright colors and their spots and crawl around where all the birds and other things that might want to eat them can see them. They taste bad and they bite, so that is their protective coloration, which is the opposite of camouflage. Here's another insect that is warning its predators that it does not want to be eaten because it probably would be very spiny and not taste good. So we've seen two examples of creatures that are not camouflaged. Now let's see some that are. First, let's check out a mammal. Mammals have fur, and fur usually blends in with their background. For example, this baby brush rabbit. Do you see how his brown and black fur blends in so well with the plants that are in his nest? And here's a lizard, a western fence lizard. You can see his stripes and spots, all different shades of brown, blend in with the wood that he's sitting on. If he sits still, he can be very hard to see. Well, let's move on to the bug world. We're going to zoom in closer here to see a banana slug. The banana slug is a gigantic snail without a shell. As we move in, you can see that he's slowly moving along on the forest floor. He is quite camouflaged. So we have another caterpillar here. He is the color of plants. So I would guess that's pretty good camouflage. Lots of things want to eat caterpillars. All right, we've had a good warm up. Now it's your turn. Can you find the bug? Did you find that one? How about here in the middle of this beautiful web? All right, it's getting harder. This is a rose flower. There's something sitting in the middle that's blocking where the pollen is that the bee's trying to come to. The bee does not see the predator and it approaches the pollen, and look what happens. Do you see the spider just like in the book? And here's a picture in a book that tells what kind of spider that is. It is a goldenrod crab spider that can change colors to match a flower. All right, now see if you can find the caterpillar in this flower and the tiny little spider that matches this California poppy. The most camouflaged type of insect in the whole world is called a stick bug. We have one kind that lives here. It's called an Indian stick bug. Here, it's easy to see him, but let's look at some other pictures. So look at these pictures. Can you find the stick bug? They're very good at blending in with their background, looking like part of a plant. There's a good reason that they're called stick bugs. One day a stick bug escaped inside the house and he camouflaged himself as a cord. I believe it was a phone cord. So they not only can blend in outside, they can blend in inside. Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning about how good some creatures are at blending in. We call that camouflage. Now see if you can find some in your yard or neighborhood. Thanks for joining me in this hunt. Happy spring!